Good morning, everyone. Hi, this is Latoya with Wisconsin Voices and Be a Voice here on WNOV 860 106.5 FM. I am Latoya Brown today, and I am the Director of Organizing and Partnership. And here is my lovely co-host, and that is
Mika Vukovic, co-executive director. Whew, it was cut and miss today on the traffic. So, y'all, I'm sorry I'm a little late, but I had to slide in here. But that's why we have a team.
yeah.
Everybody has their issues. I saw Brian sneaking in. We're gonna give him a little bit of crap when he comes in.
Okay. So we got a lot to talk about today. We had a busy week, but we had some great shows for our listeners this week. We're asking everyone to call in and tell us how they their comments about the shows this week. And you can call us at 414-444-5250.
One of the things that we did this week, we are kicking off a program. We were hiring canvassers, so this is a good community building thing that we're doing. What else did we do this week? We had some training, so that's why we missed on Tuesday, and we missed y'all. We were actually ear hustling. I think our co-executive director and the program he put together was
Great.
great. There was a lot of conversations, and he will be bringing that back with us to expand on that conversation.
And Mr. Sylvester Jackson had a lot of information for the community. That is something he is passionate about and working the community with. Is making sure that people are represented right.
Yeah, and so we're gonna start back up with our on Monday. We're gonna start back up with our partners and making sure what part who our partners are and what they do. Somebody sliding in late. I know y'all don't want to really know this, but we got to give Brian a little bit of messing with. He's sliding in as I just walked in as
Hey,
well.
look, we caught eye contact through the car. So I seen her, she seen me. I'm like, man, ain't no traffic, no parking around here. I thought I was about to park up the street around the corner.
Yeah, it's rough around here.
Yeah, this morning.
It's rough.
Yeah.
There must be a memorial for someone next door. So, my
It was
condolences.
definitely love.
But one of the things I was thinking about this as I was last night. We always tell our politicians we want to see things change in the city, and we talked a little bit about this last time or when we were on. But what does I want to see economic development mean to people? Because economic development means different to different people, and we have not really deep dived into what does economic development do. There are arguments that we do a lot of development downtown, but we don't do as much development in the west side or the northern parts of Milwaukee.
Right. True.
Like,
True.
what do you? Because as an alder, I look at economic development a little bit differently. And I'm wondering if I'm on the right path or the right page or what it is. So,
Well, I see a lot of building, which I know we need residential buildings, but I've been seeing a lot of residential buildings go up or transforming old schools or old buildings into residential buildings a lot. But the cost of those buildings, those residents, those homes, the housing in there is a little bit expensive in the inner city as well. But I'm not seeing a lot of businesses, where it, like a Target or Walmart or a place that would hire lots of people. Like we just lost Master Lock. A lot of people
they
lost their
employed
jobs.
quite a few people. I think a couple hundred, if not,
About
I think,
700. I think.
700 people. We
Yeah.
lost that. And we have buildings around around
We
here.
need one. We need one.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're going. Wisconsin Voices does need a building to make sure
Do not
our
forget that one.
communities. Yeah, we just have to keep batting that in. Maybe somebody will be like, you know what? I'm sick of them on the radio talking about their
Let me
building.
get him this
Let me
building
give them this
for
building
a
so they
dollar.
can shut up. But in reality, let's think about this. So we have a lot of small businesses, and there's a lot of programs that try to help with small business loans or learning, how to do a planning. But what small businesses do we want to see?
Right.
Um, like the one of the things that I am dying to bring into Glendale is a soul food place, like
Okay.
authentic soul food place. I think it would be really, great, but those are small businesses that may not be able to pay the rent at Bayshore
Mhm.
or
Right.
or something like that. So what I'm looking at, what can I do to help them find a spot that they may be able to to come in, have an authentic soul food place or authentic Mexican restaurant. A lot of chains, we got chain Mexican restaurant, but like authentic Mexican restaurant or authentic anything that's not
That's
a
a good
chain.
point, authentic, because we have a lot of chains, and then the only chain Hispanic restaurant that I know of is Taco Bell. But then you have a lot of the
But we
taco
have
trucks and
but we also have like Qdoba, we
oh
have
yeah, yeah,
Chipotle,
Chipotle, yeah,
Chipotle.
yeah,
We have those ones, but that's some people consider that not authentic.
Yeah.
But where is that's one of the things that I look to see. What other things? We have a lot of beautiful, wonderful barbershops and hairdressers that we have. What other businesses that could we put in that we actually need? That we go outside of Milwaukee to get those services? Like I know there's a couple of spas and we love
Mhm.
spas.
a
We love
doggy
the red
spies.
right. Where are the dog parks? Where and if they're out there, why don't we know about them?
Right.
I go to a African American dentist. Shout out to TL Boyd,
Mhm.
um,
Dr. Boyd.
but where is those African American dentists, doctors that are not in the that might have small clinics or wherever? We need to start promoting these, telling people where they are and what they do. We have a caller. We're gonna take a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. There we are.
Good morning.
Now we cooking with grease. I wasn't there at first. Now I am. I'm coming through on both ends.
Okay. Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Mika. Good morning, Miss Toya.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Rideout, Mr. Scarvey, and Milwaukee. Tyrone W. speaking. Indeed.
No doubt, Mr. W.
Tyrone W.
Tyrone W. How you doing today?
I've been enjoying the show ever since it's been on. So congratulations to us as a community to have you. We're very joyful and glad to have you. And uh, um, I've been enjoying it. I just wanted to say I'm glad to be able to share what I'm able to share. I appreciate learning from you all as well. Uh, I would like for Miss for you get your paperwork in, like I said, so and get everything lined up so you can get that school building. Uh,
Okay.
but yes, we talking it there, but then like I said, have your team lined up just like the dream team with all the other people, attorneys and uh, county exec, mayor, everybody else, even our own judge, Senator slash Judge Lena Taylor, if she can give you some uh, background somewhere there. She I guess they kind of limited her to what she can kind of do as far as advice and stuff there now. But whatever she can do to help you out there,
Just so
ask
you
her,
know, we'll be
and,
doing
and she'll see what she can do. But then also very quickly, and I'll listen to you then. But Mr. Claiborne, if you can get in his space when he moves to his bigger spot there, that will give you a kind of like an extension. It'll be handed off from him to you, but until you get your school building there, and you may be able to keep both of them. But that space that Claiborne's in now will give you kind of like a space where you can do some of your office stuff, or however you want to do it there. But that's a pretty nice sized space itself. But I know you need a bigger space to do more of what you need and want to do there. But okay, I'm listening. What were you going to say now? Excuse me for.
Oh no, no.
Economics.
I just, we, what we do and what we try to do is just build community, whether it be through partnerships, whether it
Hmm.
be through community.
Absolutely.
So it's
Engagement.
Right.
engagement or
Right.
just teaching. So we just need people to know what we're doing.
Right. Right.
Thank you,
Well,
Mr.
well. And I'll leave with this. Well, that space with Claiborne, it's a nice space, but I know that you want to, if you're talking about like with the concerts and the music, the different things like that. Yeah, school building would be where you want to go, but that space that he's in, instead of it leaving him and then just falling to, who knows ever, if someone like you all can get into it there for us, that will see that it falls in from good hands to even more good hands,
Right.
before it goes to, whatever they decide they, but anyway, so yeah, from Claiborne to you, it'll still be in the family. Okay. Have a
Thank you,
blessed day,
Mr.
wonderful weekend. I love you very much.
Tyrone W.
Thank you.
All right, we got another caller. Caller, go ahead.
This is the Reverend Dr. Andrew Ward.
Hello, Dr.
Dr.
Ward.
Ward.
Reverend
And
Doctor.
you,
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
Reverend.
The Reverend
Reverend
Dr. Ward.
Now, you started off with economic development.
Yes.
There's quite an amorphous term. I'm going to give you a little specificity. MATC downtown is taking up some valuable space. It's no parking, it's very inconvenient. MATC needs to have satellites around the city, and that century thing they got on 27th and Capitol, that could
Can you
be.
turn your radio down?
That's me. Let me-
Go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, that we need satellites around to teach the trades, and when it comes to economic development, the bottom line is money, and our money for the whole state is mismanaged to death. Prime example is the city owns these properties, and you're looking for property, right?
Mm-hmm.
These properties are sitting vacant. Then there's properties that the city takes over for tax. They let them stand until they fail. We need to move quickly on anything that needs to be done, and financial literacy is absent all downtown in the government and in personally. And I'm pro bono available, and everybody knows me to help for anything that needs to be did. And I bust birds and use profanity for emphasis. That's all. Y'all have a good one.
Thank
Thank you.
you,
Um,
the Reverend Dr. Ward. Thank you
I
so
do
much.
agree with the having hubs across the city that do have different trades. That's something always thought about with something I would like to do in the future. Just things that's pushing the young black men and young black women into certain programs that can increase the opportunity for more economic growth and opportunities for organizations that want to build or help build different hubs for different technical trades and trades that we can get into. I ride across the city just looking at the construction. I still think we need to increase for all the young guys that want to do construction and the young women. A lot of young women want to get into that and like to switch over to construction. I had a lot of Job Corps students that were into construction and trucking big time. And we just need more hubs. It's a lot of CDL or truck driving companies and medical companies across the city, but we still need other like lanes of dealing with construction and engineering and folks dealing with the more technical, the blueprints and things like that. And I know it's individuals in the city that know how to do it. We just need the opportunity to get that space and, even like food places. I mean, we got what we got, but man, we need, and I'm sure, y'all agree with that. We want to see more places for us to go. Like, let us get a north side market, that has the top notch folks in the city coming together and giving us their best gumbos, their best ribs, in our own spaces, more of those spaces. And we can have one on the north side, have one on the northwest side, and included in that could be safe places for anybody that just want to come out and enjoy. Everything got to be set up. We got security security teams here and companies that could work those areas. And I know we got off-duty cops that want, that can assist in that too. That don't always have to be about $1. You can come up there, come through and if you enjoy your community, come sit around for 2 hours. You off duty, come support the community, come up there, eat good. So we got to be able to get our minds and wrap ourselves into more of a mindset that I don't know what we got to do to push it, but I guess we got to go to more of these meetings to see how this money can be kind of funneled towards our side of town. I mean, they're doing the construction. We just need to see more of our buildings being used, and I know we can get one. Wisconsin Voices can definitely.
We and that is the key to. And there are, believe it or not, though, there are. I know that I don't know exactly where there is, but I know that there are places that that is training for like electrical trades, or you know painting trades and carpentry and stuff. We just don't know where they are, and maybe that's something that we can do research on and start letting people know how to get involved. I know there's a couple of our partners who do that. I remember Northcott used to have a program that you could go into, and then that could go into a trade. There are programs out there, but the problem is a lot of people don't know where they are or where to get those resources, and they don't know that they can call workforce development. They don't know that they can call I know what's the other, Northcott, or whatever the places are. We just need to find a way to hub that information, get that information out there, and make sure that people know. And I guess that's one of our goals, to push that, and to make sure that as a collective group, when we're building our community part of this, that we know that. On the other side of this break, we're going to talk about what's some more ideas on economic development, what kind of what kind of restaurants or what kind of businesses you would like. We'll be back with Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices, WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Wisconsin Voices' 3 pillars: protecting democracy, teaching advocacy, building community.
Please join Wisconsin Voices every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. We will be focusing on community partnerships, voter education, and long-term collective impact for all Wisconsinites.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices Be a Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices Be a Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org.
Hi, my name is Tamika Vukovic, Co-Executive Director of Wisconsin Voices. Please join Wisconsin Voices every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. We will be focusing on community partnerships, voter education, and long-term collective impact for all Wisconsinites.
You're listening to WNOV 860 and W293CX 106.5 Milwaukee.
You are now listening to Wisconsin Voices, Be a Voice Radio.
And we are back. We were talking, let's go back to our economic development. Sometimes it's not even about a business. we need entertainment things here. We were talking about or things that we actually need. How many grooming places? Everybody, we have dogs, and
Yeah.
some of us take care of our dogs, because if they ain't dying, we ain't taking them to the vet, but we need to. Uh, what is that comedian who used to say if the dog wasn't coughing up, then he wasn't going to the vet? But we have a black vet, in our city.
But we have no we don't have any inner city grooming places. You got to go
There
outside.
might be, we
Might
just
be,
don't know.
just don't know about them. It's very rare, I would say. Yeah, like you just said, it's very rare. We have no places for entertainment. Like I see a lot of nice flipped out cars, antiques and newer cars, and these gentlemen and ladies ride around the inner city, but like car shows. I didn't been to states because I've been an organizer for years, so I didn't lived in some of these states for 5, 6 months to a year, and I would go to car shows and they had their cars and doing the bouncing and the hydraulics and nice paint jobs and all, and everybody hanging out laughing and kicking it. I've never seen that here. I think maybe once.
You don't see the car shows?
Yeah, I see the ones where they come to like the block events,
Yeah.
like the Locust Days and
Yeah.
all. I see them. I'm talking
Oh.
about where it's just a bunch in the
Yeah,
parking lot.
the young
I didn't
cats do the
seen it
car
in
shows.
Minnesota. I didn't seen it in California. A couple of places where they all pull up and they all just people can walk around and look at their
Oh
cars, but
yeah.
not during a festival or
Oh
something.
no, they do it. The young cats across the city they do about 2-3 more every year. They be all across the city with them, like on
We
good.
would love to hear
on Mill
about
Road.
that.
Yeah.
They have a
I'll get some
place where
flyers.
they actually can go and do it with with no problem, because I know they were saying they had a car show before and the police chased them off the Walmart
Oh yeah.
parking lot
But we have to learn
before.
also how to organize it.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
and there is a difference. They are allowed to chase them off because they
Yeah,
didn't get a permit. It's
permit.
not
Yeah.
that
These are the more
hard to get a
organized ones I
permit.
see.
It's all about, or almost everything is about organizing.
Yeah.
No,
Go ahead.
Also,
Yeah,
go ahead.
go
oh
ahead.
no, I was gonna say no. I know that there was a part of time. I don't know if it still happened, but they used to have Black Sundays. That but it was out in Kenosha, like
Great
the
Lakes Dragway.
Great Lake Dragway,
Yeah,
and that was the joint that it was the car show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All of the cars, people that had their cars, but it turned after the shooting.
Yeah, when that triple homicide up there and them cats from Illinois got
Yeah,
hit up.
from Illinois, it was a triple
Mhm.
shooting right there, and some people from Illinois got killed. But that
Mhm.
was an event that I used to see a lot of.
Black Sunday was nice.
Black Sundays was incredible because you had music,
Chicago, Milwaukee, Kenosha,
and they all
Racine.
came together,
Mhm.
and they brought their cars, and you just saw all these different cars out there. It was thousands
Yeah,
of people.
yeah. You see
And we don't
everything.
have no movies in the inner city where people can actually, they say the movies are dying out, but remember we had the Marcus Amphitheater at Capitol Court.
Yeah.
Well, it's Midtown now, but I'm from that, as you say,
I mean, everybody got their era.
what general Brian I'm from?
Oh, you Generation X.
Generation X. Gen X. But
And don't be messing with Gen Xers, because I think
know,
you
I ain't
got
got no
3
problem.
Gen Xers
You know,
here.
I
We
ain't
got
no
a
problem.
millennial, and
I
then
got
we got
no
a Zer
problem,
up
no
in
smoke
here.
with Gen X's. You know that.
Because you don't want no
Look,
smoke with Gen Xers.
I was
That
raised.
is-
I was
yeah.
raised by Gen X's and silence, so I understand. I understand.
Oh.
Y'all fight to the death. I already know.
no doubt. But Capitol Court, all that. Sorry, Mika,
So
go
we
ahead.
had I my high school job was at a movie theater that was at Northtown.
Mhm.
We had
That's good
just think
times.
about where this is
Yeah.
all the ones we had in this
Yeah.
area. We had Northridge,
Yeah.
Northtown,
Yeah.
Mill Road.
Railroad,
We
yeah.
had the discount movie theater on Good Hope Road.
Yeah,
Sure did.
sure
We
did.
had going down, we had Capitol Court. Don't forget, we had the Grand.
Yeah.
The
And
Grand
we
was
had
open.
a drive-through, a drive-in.
We had a drive-in. We also had Prospect.
Mhm.
We had those. Then you go to the south side, and we had I think one of the south side one is still there, and that's in the actual city of Milwaukee. And I think that's the only one that's in the city of Milwaukee. And after the city of Milwaukee, depending on what town you live in, I think the next closest one is the Bayshore movie theater in Bayshore. That's the closest, like, to the
Mhm.
northeast side. And then, but we need entertainment. A lot of things that we do, we actually need entertainment. Where are those? I know there's a revitalization of on Third Street where they're doing, or Martin Luther King Drive, where they're trying to open up like live jazz music, and
Mhm.
bars that have just that you can go in there and chill,
Mhm.
and just listen to the music. Those are all economic development. What other industries that we would like to see?
You know why I bring that back up and I'm saying stuff like that is because like the jazz and stuff. I'm not saying younger people don't like jazz and that and mellow type music, but we gotta get away from just taking stripping everything from them. Anytime something happened, oh, we took all the movies because people were getting into it. We gotta learn how to, like you say, organize and do things better and respect one another better and not just take everything away. Because, like in my household, when we had problems or issues and somebody had a fight, we didn't strip everything from everybody.
Yeah.
We didn't say, let me take your bed, let me take all your stuff. You can't have no
So can I ask
knives
you?
in the room with you.
I want to ask you a question within that. So with the way that they take things away from us, and I don't like it either because all those places that Tamika mentioned, I remember dropping my cousin off when he worked at the theater. What was that? The one that was between Mill Road and the little shopping center where like
Mhm.
Evolve and all that is. I remember my
Yeah.
cousin
That
worked
was
there.
Mill Road movie theater.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
cousin worked there way back in the day, and I remember going to Northtown. I remember seeing some of my favorite movies at Northtown Cinema, like Tupac Resurrection came out. I'm gonna go see it, or Texas Chainsaw. I got
I
memories in high
remember
school seeing
seeing.
things.
Well,
Yeah.
I worked there, but I remember seeing Harlem Nights when it
See,
first
look,
came
see stuff
out.
Mhm.
like that. So
Yeah.
those is memories. I remember going there with groups of people and having a good time, and I think it was a way that we can regulate things on our side of the
There you
city
said it,
without having
Brian.
to take it away. But as soon as a few people or a riot happens, there's no other way but then start yanking movies out slowly. They start
But
showing two
we
movies.
have to regulate ourselves.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
We
what I was.
can't.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. There are so many people who complain that nothing's going on in the city, but they may be the first people to start some stuff.
Mhm.
Let's regulate ourselves. Let's hold. We
Yes.
always talk about accountability, accountability with businesses,
Mhm.
accountability with elected officials. How about we do some accountability for our own selves?
Yeah.
So many times in doing this work, we have people who literally cuss us out in front of us, depending on what we doing or how we saying it. You know, and then you know what? How hard is it to just walk away sometimes? And they can still do what they do. They can still, flap or whatever, but it stops sometimes walking away. We have had and this is part of the trauma, I believe, is because we have had to be submissive for so long and had to turn the other cheek. We're tired of turning the other cheek, but there is a way to do what we have to do to make sure, okay, Jermaine, to make sure that we get what we want. That why does it work in Atlanta? Why does it work in other
That's what
places?
I'm saying. And stuff happens, but they don't take it away. It's like we learn how to regulate ourselves. We learn how to get better at securing um 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 events. It's just like anything that happened here is take it. And everyone you named, it was in the inner city. It was an incident that happened. And then, like you said, they get to only one movie a week, only the and then and then when something happened at one of those events, oh
They
no,
they start taking the
we're
chairs away.
done.
Ain't no
Now I'm
tables
It's
outside.
talking and
yeah,
I'm going, and so don't
just like
quote
the
me.
parks with the basketball nets.
Don't
Things.
quote me on this, but this I remember a little bit, and we'll have to ask Michelle Bryan about this at one time. But when African American World Festival,
Huh.
there was so many sponsors and
Yeah.
they were doing a good
Man.
job, and then one
Had
incident
one
happened,
incident.
and this is what happened. The corporates, I believe the corporate sponsors started saying, oh, we don't want to be affiliated with that. We don't, and they started to pull back.
Hmm.
And then they couldn't pay their bills, and therefore there goes our African World Festival. But we enjoyed it, we loved it, but it
Mhm.
was one thing. And I'm not saying that though that one thing wasn't significant. That
Mhm.
if somebody lost their lives,
Mhm.
that's a big deal and that's significant.
Right.
With that being said, that is a whole festival for years and years that is gone, that somebody made a wrong decision. But should
But
the
everybody had to pay for it.
Right. Go ahead, Jermaine.
See, but the what I really don't understand, and not just truly believe this. I truly believe that we have enough black millionaires and thousandaires here in the city that if we came together, that we can bring African World Festival back. I remember
it's
Mhm.
how
a
it used
it's
to
a
be.
it's a it's a long process, and that's why I would have Michelle Bryant, because I believe she was the executive director at the
Really?
time, so we can talk to her about it. But it's a bigger thing than just that.
Yeah.
And we could try,
Yeah.
and some people have tried. They've tried to put like street festivals together,
Yeah. Yeah.
and or what is that, Kofi,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and trying to build that. But again, every time we have to start over again
Yeah.
for one incident,
Yeah.
and I'm really not
Well,
trying
why is it
to,
just like that in Milwaukee? Because it be incidents in other cities and other states, and they don't just stop.
because
Um,
this is my opinion, and the views and opinions of the the guest and the host of this show does not reflect
reflect
Wisconsin
Wisconsin
voices.
voices.
But in my opinion, um, we don't organize. We don't put it together. We are not outraged when they take something away. They will allow a few handful of people to say, this is, we're taking away, like, for instance, if there's a bar that's having some issues, the the neighborhood might come together, and that's, I get that, because you have to be mindful of the people that live in those neighborhoods. But
Mhm.
sometimes people are saying something, and
True.
it's not even true, or it's so far away that they're like 4 blocks away from the
Mhm.
actual place. But I think they have a radius of how many blocks they do when they do this, and some people just
Zoning.
don't like it, and they don't have nothing better
Mhm.
to do than just start. But where is the outrage when those businesses go down? We just keep accepting it.
Yeah.
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 We're not outraged, like, wait a minute, ABC closed, why did it
Mhm.
close? Wait a minute, that's unacceptable, this was a good business. When do we start lobbying and advocating to our older people, because they are the deciding factors if something, a liquor license is going to be renewed, or if a permit is going to be pulled, or anything like that. I find it very funny, again, where there is owners that are not of the African American set, or do not cater to an African American crowd, that they get chance after chance after chance after chance.
Mhm.
And sometimes there'll be one incident where somebody is injured at one club, but then there's a fight every other club, every other
Yeah.
weekend, where people are getting hurt, not necessarily in a gun related thing, but they are getting beat down, broken noses, fighting, and it's never their licenses are never up for review,
I
and
can.
it's never sent as a nuisance.
I'm not gonna say any places, but I can give you some incidents. Like on the south side
At
uh,
particular bar or
at
restaurant, or
a
yeah.
particular bar. I'm not gonna say none or what street it was on or anything, but they had a shooting. Three people got shot, one got killed. That and about a week or two later, they had another incident there, and you never talked about their license. But in Milwaukee, I mean, in the inner city, you would definitely be questioning whether they should still have their license. Is this a safe place? Um, and the incident started inside of that bar, and it ended up leading to the outside. So
414-444-5250. Question, comments, concern.
it's
Um,
just sad that it's so much scrutiny when it comes to our entertainment, but others can have issues or problems within their communities, and it's not that much scrutiny. It's like a slap on the wrist. Oh, they'll be okay. That was an isolated incident, and we hear that a lot. Of isolated incident for others, but for us, it's like a nuisance. And the nuisance you could be talking about, this incident happened here, but another incident happened at another place. That doesn't make that place a nuisance.
It's
So,
and it's more about police calls. People are more prone to call the police on black owned businesses than not. Um, in my opinion, and opinions and views, and just it's institutional racism in its finest. Um, let's go back to other ideas for economic development. Um, one of the I'm still on that escape room thing, so I'm gonna throw that out there again. We need an
that sounds very.
I know we
fun.
have
That's a
one
great
downtown
idea.
and we have some, but an escape room that is for our kids. Think about how much.
Remember the skating ring?
A more up to date place for them to hang out. Like they had some more up to date arcade games and a little more things that maybe had them thinking.
So you don't have to go all the way to Wauwatosa to go to like Dave and Buster
Yeah,
or the Chuck E.
something
Cheese
that get them
or,
tired, so they won't want to fight after they get
Yeah,
done working.
right.
Yeah.
If we
They
keep
wanna
them
have
busy,
fun.
Little black rock climbing, get them do that. Maybe have a little session for a little area for whatever little exercises and dance studio. We need more dance studios. We got a lot of. That's what this group like to do. They like to dance and stuff. So if we can have more little Milwaukee hip hop. Milwaukee hip hop scene.
So I remember, I know we still have a skating rink in Butler, but remember right on the corner on Capitol and Port, that used to be the Palace.
I've heard about that. I never got to experience it, but I heard about it.
Oh, the young buck. Wait,
They
come on,
used to have a
Jermaine.
dance contest there.
But here's the thing: they had like
heard about it from
they
the
had
whole
everything. They had, I think it was Sunday night gospel night, so you could go skate to gospel if you was church person and didn't want to hear all. Then there was kids only nights where it's 17 and under, and that was I remember going there a couple times. I was growing up Pentecostal, so I was skating with my skirt on. We still went gospel night, right? But you blue
I remember them blue jeans
I
skirts.
forgot you right across. You live next door to me. But then it turned into and I have a little soft spot because it turned into a place called Soccer USA. That's where I met my husband. But
I remember Soccer USA.
It was Soccer USA, but there was hundreds of people who used to go there, and it was still at some place where you could have soccer leagues and that was kind of inner city because it was right off of Port and Capitol, and then it was sold, and guess what it is now?
It's a warehouse or something.
It's a warehouse.
Yeah.
What did Northtown Cinemas turn into? Warehouse
Check this one out.
storage.
The one on 76. I remember the bowling alley. I know 76 in Flores. Remember?
What is it now?
Warehouse.
Warehouse.
They got 100 trucks over there parked over there now. Every time I ride past there, I look like you're right. It was a furniture store, but then it became like the warehouse. And
there
like
was
50 crates
there was
over there.
and I wonder if people remember the bowling alley, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was on the corner of Port and Richter. Now there's a Walgreens
Echo
there.
Bow.
Echo.
That was owned by the Free Branches. That went to school. I went to school with the Free Branches.
But I lived behind there now.
Yeah.
That's where I
That
lived.
was my spot.
But that was and that everybody I think at least hit there once or twice. But that's where the bowling alleys in the inner city.
All Star Lanes that used to be open on Silver Spring. It's a hair shop. Me and my boys, that was our ritual. Every Sunday we would go and hang out from 2009, 2011 to go bowl, and that became.
The one on Village still open though.
So what about the one that was on Mill Road?
Mill Road. The one on Mill Road is still open.
Oh, is it?
Lane, what is it? Mill Road Lanes?
It was something, but he used to go to
where
like
on
every
Mill
weekend.
Road?
On like 52nd.
Yeah,
50
Oh, yep.
It's Coconut Bowl now.
It's Coconut Bowl.
Coconut Bowl is a black owned. I think I believe the Jamaican descent on there.
Is that
Coconut
bowling
Bowl.
alley or the place on Fond du Lac right by where Capitol or Midtown is? Is that still open?
No.
Okay, but you see my point. There is so much, and then the thing is, if we have enough stuff, people are scattered all over the city doing different stuff.
Yeah, we want to be all concentrated, like you said, concentrated in one area.
I'm not concentrated in one area. Everybody, I want to go bowling. I want to do this. I have a young adult daughter, and she I ask her what she doing. Oh, they go midnight bowling and they trying to stay out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't 21 yet, so she's gonna be trying to find things to do. But they go to midnight bowling. They
Mm-hmm.
go to different things to do because they still don't want to be in the house at 10. And even though they should be in the house at 11, under
Not
17.
Look,
even,
look, look.
I'm just telling you,
Look, they got
I
them
like people to
mamas.
be at
They
home.
got
I'm a
them
mama.
mamas. Yeah.
Yep, those are
Got
mama
them
things.
mamas.
But where are those things at? Is there a group? If somebody is interested in trying to put a group together to actually have a coalition that we can come together, do what we need to do, and just uh I guess what I'm asking is, is anybody willing to come together and think of
do
a strategic?
research.
Think of a strategic plan, do some research, see what the community likes. We can start this conversation, build a strategic plan, and then kind of maybe shop it out. If you are interested in that, please send a email to info@wisconsinvoices.org. Um, or go onto the website and put a comment in there or something. If you're interested, let's try to see if we can get this going within the next couple of months to see how do we help develop it. We have to do it ourselves because we can't. We have our elected officials who we are electing. We got to get them involved, and it has to be community led
Mhm.
because there's too much red tape when it comes to like having a city led, or they have
Mhm.
their procedures and protocols and all that. Let's do this by community led organizations. When we come back, we're going to give that email again. We're going to finish the discussion on economic development. This is Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices. Hit our website, wisconsinvoices.org, and we'll be right back. Hi, my name is Tamika Vukovic, co-executive director of Wisconsin Voices. Please join Wisconsin Voices every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. We will be focusing on community partnerships, voter education, and long-term collective impact for all Wisconsinites.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices, Be a Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org.
Please join Wisconsin Voices every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. We will be focusing on community partnerships, voter education, and long-term collective impact for all Wisconsinites.
Wisconsin Voices' three pillars: protecting democracy, teaching advocacy, building community.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices Be a Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org.
You're listening to WNOV 860 and W293CX 106.5 Milwaukee.
Hello, everyone. This is Latoya with Wisconsin Voices. Be a Voice. We want to hear from our community, if we can, on some economic development you want to see in the community, some things you want to see, some businesses that you want to see. that our community invests in. These are our ideas and our opinions, but we also, that is why we are Wisconsin Voices. We love to hear from our community and love to hear your voice. But we do need to find some businesses that has social inclusion, where we can come and hang out and have fun, like we were talking about the African American World Festival. We can hang out and have fun and highlight us in our community and the things we do. And Brian just was mentioning about a lot of our young generation like to do artwork, art like rap and poetry and singing and dancing. And it's scarish places because my daughter loves that type of environment. And I remember I met her, she was doing poetry one night, and they rented out the Ashley's barbecue literally on 3rd Street to do their poetry. Yes, Martin Luther King Drive. I'm sorry, we're back in the days we called it 3rd Street. You know, I'm old school. But bless you. But yes, on Martin Luther King Drive, they would rent that out every weekend and do their poetry nights there. We can have a place for them. That's why we're asking for a building, because we can have a place where people can come and have social inclusion and things of that nature.
Social inclusion. Oh, you using these big words, Latoya. Okay, Tim called us and told us to use that word. So we thank you, our co-executive director.
Hmm.
He is listening and contributing to the show without being actually in studio, but
Yeah, he's
giving us
researching for
he
us.
researching.
Hmm.
That's our researcher.
Hmm.
Um, what else? We got about 10 minutes, and I want to try to think outside the box. Now, if we have some of these places, if you're listening right now and you're a groomer, I know there's no brick and mortar black owned groomers, but I know there's people who do those grooming services in their homes, or they have a small business within their homes. So there are some. That's why I don't want to say there are not any, but there are some. And there's some people who do things in their home. What about black owned bookkeepers, accounting firms? That are in, there's a few bookkeepers and accounting firms, but we need those. There's one thing that you always need if you own a business, and you might be able to do your accounting yourself, but you always need somebody to do the accounting if you can't do it yourself. So there are those businesses. Are there? Where are they? Let's start talking about them. Let's make a list of them. What else is there that you day to day that you
A skateboarding park.
ah
We got a youth that come every time we're doing our youth program. And I've been out there with the youth, even though y'all be laughing at me because they young men and women. But it's in the inner city. I stay out there with them till their rides come. And I have I not have, but I have seen 3 young men come and use our ramps and stuff to practice their skateboarding, because there's nowhere for them to really practice skateboarding. It's, it,
there's a lot of things have and we're not exposing our youth to
I'm staying in the
different.
inner
No,
city,
no, I
not where
know.
they gotta go
I
way
get
out
that.
somewhere.
But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, are we exposing ourselves, our youth, to things? I I played rugby for years. Most black people don't know what rugby is. But let me tell you, when I played, I was never angry because I was too tired to be angry. My body hurt because this is basically
Hmm.
tackle football without the pad. It's a combination of soccer and football. But it let me get out frustrations and energies. I played on Saturdays. Our first practice was on Tuesday. I'm recovering Sunday and Monday because my body hurt. Tuesday, I
Hmm.
go back to practice. I'm tired from the practice on Wednesday. Thursday, I go to practice, and then I got a game on Saturday again. So all of that, and I played for a few years, 3 to 5 years. I don't remember because that was a while ago. But I started at 20. I think I was like 26 or 27 when I started, and I played until I was 31. Um, so these are the things that we really could, like, expose our kids to. Um, we have football leagues, we have basketball leagues, but there's other sports that they could thrive in. My husband played soccer for years. There's a soccer league that caters to African American children. I well,
Yeah, I know a
there's
young man that literally got a soccer league that caters to
right, and I
African
so
Americans.
there are other things that we could do to expose. How many times, unless you know where to go, how many times are we like actually going and letting our youth experience nature, like going camping? There are places that go um that have a group of kids that they go once in the summer, and they might take a bunch of kids, but where are we exposing? Are we letting our kids learn how to ski? Because some of them might want to learn how to ski or snowboard.
And then a lot of our kids like yoga and stuff like that. Are they? Because I know I've seen in other areas where they have the workout equipment and stuff in the parks and yoga benches and practice yoga areas. Do they have things like that? Where people where in the inner city they can come to parks and learn how to do yoga and things of that nature, where they yoga is bigger than what people think. It helps you concentrate, stretch, bend, all type of stuff.
And we're not talking, and also on the south side. I mean, we also have to, the closer Milwaukee south side areas, we want to build them up as well. This is something that we could really um put our hold on it. Like I said, if anybody is interested in being part of a think tank, I guess you could call it, volunteer to kind of look at what we could do or how we can do it, or do a strategic plan to try to um, cultivate or help people. There are partners that could help us with this. Like, if they we have some partners who do business strategy planning. So after we identify what we want, maybe we connect those people to those partners who do business plans, or some of the banks have different. I think the bank that we use, Old National, they have a program that are trying to help small businesses and black owned businesses. So there are different ways, but people, again, the information is siloed. They only tell certain people, and then it's not a thing that everybody knows. I'm trying to think of what's the one thing that that I really miss. We were talking about Johnson Park.
Yeah.
Hmm.
A couple of incidents happened there. Johnson Park's closed. It started off really big, and then and the thing is, ownership also did a part of that, because they all of a sudden the slide didn't work, and only the slide was only halfway there, and it didn't go all the way down, so nobody was sliding it. And then the go-karts, and then you could only do go-karts on certain days. And then it was, remember the miniature golf, where are the miniature golf place?
Oh
Because I
yeah.
believe everybody loves miniature golf, and that's competitive. That's
Hmm.
anybody can do miniature golf. And Mike
And
and
we could
I
have
used
the
to
next Tiger Woods. No.
and Mike and I used to take Jada miniature golf all the time. We talk mess, and then she ended up winning, and she was 10. We'd be mad.
Mhm.
But it's a
Hmm.
family event, and things that you can do that's not as expensive, and that you can do with your kids, and we're bonding. There's so many people who talk about um these parents need to do stuff with their kids. What do they have to do?
Yeah.
That's in their budget, and that they can actually
Yeah.
do. I think people talk about we need to be more family oriented. Do we have family oriented activities that people can do?
Not a lot.
it These are some of the things that could be great for our city, and we just have to work on them. It's not going to change overnight, but it has to start. We have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Brian, Brian is our expert at everything. Sometimes he be in these streets doing, not in a bad way, but like being involved and going to
Hmm.
different events and hitting it. What is one thing that you part of millennials that
Mhm.
you're missing, that you really wish that was still here or that we could still do?
I I always think that we need more. Just going back again to having a place where folks can go and like take a, I don't know, 75 acres and build our own, have our own like golf range that's included with, food that's related to what we want. Right now we had to go to Lux and go to Franklin, but you know, seeing one of these millionaires or high thousandaires like
High thousandaires.
Jermaine said over there that might be able to invest into the city, or one of these organizations come in like, hey, we want, something like that. But
A foundation could do it.
yeah,
These foundations have billions.
yeah.
Some of these foundations have billions, and the way the structure of the foundations work, they have certain things that they say, oh, we're going to work on this or we're going to work on that. And I don't think they're really, and it's usually for a cause, but I want to find that foundation that says, here, we have a bulk of money, give us a strategic plan, we will fund it.
Like an entertainment district would just be just our own entertainment district that, that will make other groups want to come to the north side and enjoy it.
And they tried, I
northwest
think
side.
a good start was what's it, Phoenix?
Yeah, Sherman Phoenix. Yeah.
Phoenix. That is a co-op, and they
Mhm.
did really well. But we need to support those people. Well, thank you. This week has been a blessing. We will start back with partners on Monday, and I thank you for being part of Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices. I'm Tamika Vukovic.
I'm Latoya Brown.
Brian Sanders.
And we will see you on Monday.
Have a great weekend.
Again.